I was taking the metro, and I realized I had stepped onto those yellow pimply tiles, and at that moment, that's when I heard the train coming. I thought, all I gotta do is just take one step. Like one step, it's over. One step. No more disappointment, no more pain, no more anger, no more opening a bag of chips and finding out they're stale. Just one more step, finished, done, complete. And then the train came around the corner. I could see it. I could see the windshield. The windshield on the metros, they're big. They've got this big wraparound window. What does he need to see? Like, is there a deer crossing in the tunnels that we don't know about? Like, all I could think of was, when I saw that, was like the board games I used to play as a kid with a pop-o-matic bubble. And I thought, that's not going to kill me. I'd step out and I'd bounce off. And then I'd be laying on the tracks. Have you seen the tracks that they've got that rainbow-colored water that's all dirty and filthy? I don't want to lay there. I don't want to lay in that and then go up in front of St. Peter going, ah. No, and some people say, well, no, you'll hit the third rail, you'll electrocute yourself. Listen, all right, I've electrocuted myself 3 times in my life. What's happened is my hair went curly, my hair went straight, my hair went curly. That's not going to kill me. And the thing is, at that point, it all comes down to how you're going to land, right? Because if you land right and you get your head on the concrete block and the tire goes over it, fine, it's done, it's nice and simple, it's over. Right? But if you land like this way, and I don't know if you've seen the front of the metro. The front of the metro, if you look really closely, right at the front, down in the center, there's this hook that comes down. And I don't want the last thing going through my brain be my own testicles. And at that point, I thought about it too long. The train had stopped and the doors were opening, and I thought, I gotta come to Darren's to do a comedy show. I take public transit. I take all public transit all the time. It's not because I'm green. It's because I'm in Canadian entertainment. And but I sit down. I'm over 40. I got a bad knee. I sit down. I don't know if you've seen on the new buses now they've got all these single seats facing forward, and then just before the step up, they got this one that faces sideways, faces out into the crowd. I call that the crotch in your face seat. Have you been in that seat? You sit in that seat. As soon as you sit in that seat, somebody comes up to stick the crotch right in your face. That's exactly what happened. But that's my seat, and I've noticed there's approximately 8 different zipper types here in Montreal. 3 of them are always down. But the thing is though, I sit down. If you're pregnant, you got to be like 7 months or 6.5 with twins if you want my seat. You know, if you're an old person, you better have some kind of walking device if you want my seat. Like if you're pregnant, if you are got like a cast, crutches like Darren was a couple months ago. You know what? I've seen these extreme sports. You deserve that cast. You can fucking stand. And if you're a woman with a low-cut top, I'll get up. But the other day, I did not get like a crotch in your face when I was sitting in my seat. I didn't. This guy came in. He had these 2 kids. I have no idea where he bought them. He had these 2 kids, and they had these knapsacks on them, looked like they contained the Library of Congress. I mean, the kids are just walking like turtles trying to evolve. Pizza. He's got these 2 kids, and he plops these down right in front of me. Like 2 children right in front of me, and probably wouldn't have been bad, but we had the herky-jerky bus driver. Do you know the herky-jerky bus driver? That's the bus driver that thinks he's running the zombie apocalypse. This is the bus driver, like you get in, you think it's going to be normal, but then he's going to floor it, drive as fast as he can for those full 2 blocks before he jams on the brakes again. Now these kids have become projectiles. I mean, they are pinballs, and my legs are the flippers. But the 3rd time that I reach down, and I pick up the little boy, I made eye contact with the father. And he looked at me, and I looked at him, and he said, well, you could always give him your seat. Well, you could have always pulled out. These are the choices we made. We're living with them. Owen talked a lot about terrorists, and I go to a lot of comedy shows, and I don't know what it was. Somebody, a couple months ago, they said, Arabs make the best terrorists. Now the thing is, this guy was Arab, but I don't know if it was like my political correctness meter just went up going, no, that's not right, I can't say it. And I finally clued into what it was that bugged me about it, about Arabs being the best terrorists. I'm Irish. We got our country back. Well done. prior to 9/11, I was the guy getting fingered going through the airport. Hey-o. All right. Who's here familiar with the story of J.C. Dugard? Do you guys know who she is, J.C. Dugard? She was kidnapped at age 11, right? Her parents never gave up. Her mom never gave up hope on her. And they found her 18 years later. She's 29. She had been kept as a slave, a sex slave, by this couple in Antioch, California, right? And at age 31, they finally had finished the trials, and they put the two families away, and Diane Sawyer was interviewing her. And this girl had been kept in a series of shacks and tents in the hidden backyard of this guy's house, and they were interviewing her. And so, of course, Diane Sawyer was asking all the important questions. I mean, like, she gave birth to 2 kids in this situation. But Diane Sawyer looked at her, this woman who looks very young for her age. Diane Sawyer asked, you know, you appear very young for your age. Do you have any beauty secrets? And J.C. Dugard, the good heart, you know, like good-hearted woman with like 2 beautiful kids out of this entire situation, she's been very positive. And she looked at Diane Sawyer and she shrugged and she said, well, I suggest avoid direct sunlight. True story. You can check the video clips online. The other big trial in the States that got me going was the Casey Anthony. Have you seen the Casey Anthony? You guys familiar with the Casey Anthony? Yeah. Holy crap, what a crazy fuckwad. I'm sorry, this woman said that her baby had been kidnapped by the nanny and then went on like a 2-month like party, entering the best body competition, etc. You know, beautiful young girl, single mother, couldn't deal with the kid. The kid is found dead a couple months later. And so they finally charge her with murder, and they're trying to convict her. And the court case, I mean, they did everything but say that aliens killed the kid. It was like every conspiracy theory could make possible was brought into the courtroom, and she got off. And I'm watching as she's being released on July 7th. I'm watching this with a buddy, and we're watching. She's getting out. She's going to be free. She can do what she wants. And my buddy goes, well, you know, I'd tap that. Oh. No, man, I wouldn't even have to use protection. What? You wouldn't have to worry about child support. Well, at least not after 3 years. I'm glad some of you guys are laughing at that, because that friend was me. Warren Jeffs, have you guys heard about this guy? He's been hospitalized in a prison in Texas. Warren Jeffs, are you familiar? He's the leader of a Mormon sect. And he's been, what's happened with him is apparently he's on a hunger strike, and now he's in a coma, so they're force feeding him. And it's not really, like, he's a convicted bigamist. He wasn't really on a hunger strike. He was just waiting for a wife to bring him a sandwich. Actually, well, the thing is, though, he fought the conversion of the conviction. He was fighting it, saying, well, we didn't have state weddings. We didn't have state weddings. We just had spiritual unions. And apparently, in this Mormon sect, what a spiritual union is when you cram your cock into a 13-year-old's pussy. Some of you sick fucks are laughing at that. You know, I don't know. My definition of spiritual is slightly different. And there's some people that are happy that I didn't use the word cunt. But at age 13, they don't have those yet. It's like this twisted fuck. That's how much they're like. That's how they twist religion. It blows my mind. And we've twisted words the same way. Now, you were smiling earlier, and you're upset that I said cunt. And you shouldn't be, because cunts are beautiful things. They are wonderful things. They are the embodiment of female power, as far as I'm concerned. I'm a heterosexual male. And the idea of a cunt, they make me weak at the knees. They cunts are beautiful things, and I want you too. I want you. I didn't mean I want her that way. I'm fucking married, so I'm a good husband. I want you to say, all the ladies here, I want you to say the word, because this is a word of empowerment. This is a word that's a wonderful thing. It's a flower of life. I don't know, maybe I've watched too much British television. I can't see it as a bad thing, you know, because you watch the British TV movies, it's like, oh, what a silly cunt. What is a silly cunt? Is it really a right way? You know, I just want you guys to believe in the power. Say a silly cunt. It's got her. On the count of 3, I want to hear the word cunt. Let's hear it. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Cunt! Way too masculine. Let's see if we can get the ladies in on that one. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Cunt! There we go. So I feel like my job is done when I hear a bunch of women scream out cunt. Because that is everything that a man truly wants. Fame, money, accolades, they're nothing compared to a good cunt. And a woman to surround it. Sorry, I'm not suggesting you go to collect billfolds. That's just wrong. I am married. I am happily married. I've just, yesterday was my 9-year anniversary of marriage. Oh, don't applaud me, applaud her. She has to put up with me. I've married above my station. I've married a beautiful, gorgeous woman who I think is smart, funny, and who thinks I'm smart, funny, and handsome, and I still don't know what's wrong with her. That is the secret of a happy relationship. Fuck somebody that you don't understand why they'll fuck you. That's a secret. And I call this my good luck charm, as any married man could probably tell you why it's a good luck charm. Because if you're married and you're having sex, you're lucky. But I think probably the main reason I'm happy to be married is because I was horrible at being single. I was so bad at being single. I used to get aroused by hand cream commercials. They call that stuff Jergens. That's just 1K away. I was so bad at being single, I would date wrong. I would actually date women who were too kinky for me. And the disbelief bias just hit this man in the face. Trust me, it can happen. Look, if you're ever dating someone who gets to that eventual couples conversation, you know the one about anal sex? You know how it goes. You know, I don't want that in there. I don't think it'll stretch too much. That's not sexy. And then she says, how will you know till you try? She's too kinky for me. I dated this one woman. She said to me, I want you to drink my blood. I'm pretty sure this isn't safe sex. How do you wrap a condom around that one? I want you to hurt me. You've got chubby thighs? I try to be good. I travel when I do comedy, which is a lot of fun. But a weird experience last time I was in Toronto. I had to go. That's where they keep the money. I was doing a show in Toronto, and afterwards I was hanging out with some of the comics, and some young ladies came to hang out with us, which was nice and flattering. But one got a bit touchy-feely with me, and I said, did you not see my act? Did you not see me say I'm married, and aptly so? She turned to me, she said, married cock tastes better. Could you tell my wife? After we got married, she thought the flavor went off.